Hi, I'm Emmy. Thanks for joining me today for some chair yoga. Chair yoga is great for seniors, for those with limited mobility, and maybe healing from an injury. It's also great for those who are just starting out with exercise and need a more gentle approach to yoga than the typical yoga you see getting up and down off of the floor. I'd like to remind you that it's great to find a seat that is solid and hard, not something that rocks, not something that turns and moves like a computer chair or a rocking chair. So go ahead and find something firm. It doesn't have to have a back. It doesn't have to have arms, just solid on the ground. I like to get started in a comfortable seated posture. Sit up tall. Notice your breath without judgment. Maybe take a hand to your heart and connect into your heartbeat. You can close your eyes if that feels comfortable. Try to intentionally slow at each exhale until you find a comfortable, slow breath. Now that we're nice and connected to our breath, go ahead and flutter your eyes open if they were closed. You can take your hands out in front of you and you can find some gentle wrist rolls. Take your hands out and spread your fingers and squeeze them tight. Spread those fingers and squeeze them tight. Find some more wrist rolls and turn the direction. See if you can do wrist rolls in the opposite direction. Spread your fingers, squeeze your fists tight. Spread your fingers and squeeze tight. Now you can gently lower your arms, but take one hand up to the head and gently pull our head to the side. Take a deep inhale and exhale. One more breath. Take a deep inhale and exhale. Release your hand to your left. Take your other hand and reach over your head, gently pulling your head to the side. Take a deep inhale and an exhale. Inhale and exhale. Release your hand to your lap. Now we'll take our right arm and we'll sway it up and over. You can keep your hand in your lap or you can grasp your chair for some extra support. Turn your gaze up towards the sky if you can. Release your arm to the chair or your lap. Take your left arm and sway it up and over, turning your gaze up towards the sky. Inhale, exhale, inhale, and exhale. Release your hand down to the chair. Now let's take our right knee and hug it into the chest. You can find some ankle circles here. Maybe find the other direction. Flex your toes by pulling them up and then point your toes by pointing them down. Let's flex again. Flex your toes and point your toes. Now take that knee and you can try to move it around in hip circles. This is juicing your hip joints. It should be moisturizing, lubricating, keep them a little bit healthier. Find the opposite direction. And give your knee one more squeeze before releasing it to the floor. Now let's do that on the other side. So hug your left knee into your chest. Take a deep inhale and exhale. Find some ankle circles. They can be at any speed. You don't have to match mine. We're just getting some movement in your ankles. Find the other direction. Now flex your toes by pulling them up and point your toes by pointing them down. Flex your toes and point your toes. Flex your toes and point your toes. Let's find some hip circles. So gently moving your knee up in circles. We're lubricating your hip joints, keeping them healthy. Find the other direction. Hug your knee into your chest one last time. And exhale as you release your leg back to the floor. Now we'll do what's called cat-cow. So taking your knees about hip width apart, that's about 2 fists apart. You can inhale, lifting your chest, lowering your shoulders down and back, turning your gaze up. And as you exhale, try to tuck your chin and your shoulders, creating an arch in your back. Inhale, lift your chest, pull your shoulders back and down. Maybe hug your elbows in tight. And exhale, find a curve again. This is cat. Inhale, lifting your chest, hugging your elbows in tight. And exhale, cat. Bringing your shoulders down and forward, tucking your chin, finding a dip in your stomach. Inhale for cow again. Shoulders back, chest lifted. And exhale, find another cat. Tucking your chin, pulling your shoulders forward, and finding a nice dip in your stomach. This is creating spine health by moving your spine back and forth in that direction. Now take your left hand to your right knee and your right hand behind you. You can grab your chair or you can just place your hand on the chair and try to find a twist by pushing on your knee. Maybe turning your gaze towards the right or behind you and breathe. And release. Now take your right hand to your left knee and your left hand behind you, turning your gaze towards the side or behind. Take an inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. And release your hands back to your knees. We'll take our right knee out towards the side and see if you can straighten your left leg behind you. You'll turn your gaze towards your right. Raise your hands up on your sides. Just breathe. This is a modification of Warrior Two. It looks very similar to the standing posture. Flip your palms up to the sky And as we inhale, reach your hands together above your head, following it with your gaze. And exhale your arms back down to warrior two. Flip your palms. Inhale them up, gaze follows. And exhale, warrior two. Inhale, flip your palms, gaze and arms reach up high. Exhale, warrior two. One more time, flip your palms. Inhale your arms up, hands reach the top. And exhale it back down. You can take your left palm to your left leg, flip your right palm, and reach up towards the sky. Reverse warrior. Release your hand back down to your knees. We'll do that on the other side. So take your left knee out, straighten your right leg if you can. Take your arms up to the sides and turn your gaze over your left hand. Flip your palms, inhale your arms up, your gaze follows. Exhale, lowering your arms to the side. Flip your palms, inhale it up. Exhale, lowering your arms to the sides. Your gaze follows your left hand. Flip your palms, inhale it up. Exhale, lower. Flip your palms, inhale up. And exhale, warrior two. You can take your right hand and find your right leg. Flip your left palm and reach your hand up to the sky, turning your gaze to follow reverse warrior. Release your hand back to your knee. We'll take your knees and bring them in a little closer. Maybe move to sit a little more on the edge of your chair. And try to put your heels inward as your toes point outward. Sit up tall. This is goddess pose. This pose is a great one to find strength. So as you inhale, think about taking your right shoulder down towards your left knee. This is a great shoulder stretch. Inhale, back up. And exhale, take your left shoulder to your right knee. Inhale, back up. Exhale, your right shoulder down towards the left. Inhale, back up. Exhale, your left shoulder towards the right. Inhale, up. Exhale, right shoulder comes down towards the left. Inhale, up. And last one, left shoulder comes down towards the right. Inhale, back up. So here, I'd like to invite you to keep your feet the same way that they are currently. And just lift up onto your toes on your right foot. And now you can exhale it down. Lift up onto your left toes. Exhale it down. Lift up onto your right toes. Exhale down. Lift up onto your left toes. Exhale it down. Now bring your knees together in front of you. We'll do what's called eagle arms. This is a great way to open your chest and work on your spine mobility again. So inhale and open your arms like a cactus, turning your gaze up, lifting your chest up. And exhale, hug your right arm over your left and go ahead and give yourself a tight squeeze. Inhale your arms back out for a cactus. And exhale, squeeze yourself again, this time left arm on top. Inhale, cactus your arm. Exhale, squeeze yourself, right arm on top. Inhale, cactus. Exhale, left arm on top for a tight squeeze. This time, see if you can lift your elbows up towards your face. Inhale, exhale. Let's take our arms back out for a cactus, and we'll put our right arm on top for a tight squeeze. Now let's raise those elbows up if we can. Inhale your arms back out and release them to your knees. Let's just lift our gaze again, straightening our back, lifting our chest, finding a little bit of an arch. And exhale, tuck your chin, tuck your tailbone, and release. Take your hands and place them firmly on the chair on either side of you. Now, if this pose is too hard, you can simply just try to lift a little bit. If you can't, that's fine. You're still working your muscles. But go ahead and walk your feet out if you can. And try to lift your hips up for a reverse plank. This is a nice arm workout. This will give you some strength. And exhale, walk your feet back to your chair and sit. We'll do that one more time. Just a reminder, it's okay to just try to push away from the chair. See if you can try to push your weight up. If you can't, the movement is still doing wonders. So place your hands on your chair. And if you'd like to do that reverse plank, walk your feet out in front of you a little and lift your hips, lift your gaze, reverse plank. Exhale, lower your hips, walk your feet back. Now we'll do some spine rolls. So taking your hands out in front of you and trying to do a forward fold. If you need to place your hands or your elbows on your knees and just lean your head forward, that's great. If you can walk your hands down towards the floor, that's great too. Take a deep inhale and exhale. Inhale. And this time on the exhale, try to roll up as slow as you can until you come to a seated posture. Roll your shoulders up, back, and down. Let's try that one more time. Walking your hands down your legs, coming to a forward fold. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And on the exhale, roll up one vertebrae at a time until you reach the top. Lift your shoulders up, back, and down. Now let's take a moment here to rest in Savasana. This is not your typical Savasana where you're laying on the floor, but you can put your hand on your stomach and feel your breath, or you can place your hand back on your heart and connect to your heartbeat again if you'd like. Feel free to close your eyes. You worked really hard today and you did a wonderful job. Breathe and slow your heart rate. Turning within is also a great practice for mindfulness and your mental health, as well as your physical health. It can lower stress and it can lower your heart rate back to normal, and it can bring peace throughout the rest of your day. When you're ready, you can lower your hand from your heart or your stomach and go ahead and find a gentle smile on your face. Be proud of yourself. Maybe flutter your eyes open. Thank you for practicing with me today.